Hey everyone who's watching, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this, thank you for watching. If I had information that could greatly benefit or improve the life of someone that you love and care about, would you listen? I think that you'll want to listen to this information because it was a real eye-opener for me. Can you see my shirt? It says, "We cherish our women, period." So, what is this all about? The Now We Know campaign, that's a no, N-O. Now that we know about the toxicity and the products that we have been using, we say no. Okay? The products that I'm referring to are sanitary napkins. Now, for all the men who are watching and for the women who are watching that are no longer in that season of life, please keep listening because you might have a daughter, a granddaughter, a wife, a sister, a girlfriend, a niece, or a friend that could benefit from this. Okay? And just so that you know, I learned this information from a man who cared enough about the women in his life to share this. Okay? Now, I'm going to try to be real quick. Let me share a few facts about the feminine hygiene industry. Women can use as many as 12,000 pads during their lifetime. And yet, the FDA does not require manufacturers to disclose the contents of the pads and tampons. It's not required. Now, do you know what this is? I'm pretty sure women know what this is. It's considered, a pad, sanitary napkin. This is store-bought, it's name brand, and this is how it comes out of the package. See this little tab right here? This is the seal that's on it to say that, it's closed, it hasn't been used, okay? And it's considered a sanitary product. But when I put these in my purse, see these little openings right here? I get crumbs and coins and bobby pins in here. And by the time I'm ready to use it, it's not very sanitary, in my opinion. Sometimes I just have to throw them away. Can we really call this sanitary? Okay, now what I'm going to show you next is being done at focus groups nationwide as part of the Now We Know campaign. Okay, let me take a quick second and adjust this camera so that you can see for yourself what I'm doing here. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Okay, so here's the pad. Okay, and let me open this up. Okay, backing off. If you look closely, you see here, it says that it is an 8-hour pad. Okay, let me take this strip off. I'm going to place this right here. Okay, now, see this again? You can see 8-hour pad. Okay, now this is a Cherish premium sanitary napkin that is being introduced to the United States. You'll notice it's thinner than the store-bought pad, and it is completely sealed. I can't put my fingers in the flaps. It's sealed, completely sealed all around. Okay, and I would say that this is truly a sanitary product. Okay, so I am going to open this up. Yeah, it is really sealed. Okay, take the backing off of this. I'm going to lay this one right here. lay that out flat next to this one. Okay. So the first thing that you would notice if you are here, this Cherish Pad is not only thinner, but it's softer. Oh my gosh. This feels a little rough if you could feel it for yourself. But since you're watching this and you can't feel it for yourself right now, let me let you see for yourself the difference between these, okay? So now, based on information received by several OBGYNs, the average woman during her feminine flow exudes 15 to 50 milliliters a day, okay? Now, that's the average woman. We know that there are some of us out there who have a heavier flow, but we're just going to go with what the OBGYNs say is the average for a woman a day. Okay, so here's my measuring cup. Here is the 50 milliliter line down here. So I'm going to take some water that I've added some blue food coloring to. Okay, and I am going to pour to the 50 milliliter line. You can see that. Okay, and I am going to pour it on store-bought pad. Okay, then I'm going to pour another 50 milliliters. Put this water up, and I'm going to pour it on the Cherish Pad. Okay, so now I've poured 50 milliliters of liquid on both pads, okay? And now there are several issues that women suffer through each month that we don't often talk about. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change that with this campaign. When you get a chance, because I don't want you to just hear what I'm saying and take my word for it, go to a website like WebMD and type in the search box, "Are feminine hygiene products safe?" Or you can Google issues related to sanitary napkins and see for yourself what kind of problems women have been suffering with, okay? Now, I know that buying pads is something that we just do. No one usually researches it. We just go to the store and buy them because they're there. We assume that since they're sold in stores, that that's what we should be using. But I want to let you know that there is another option, okay? And I'll tell you, when I looked up the safety of sanitary napkins or issues related to it, I was really shocked and surprised at what I found. I mean, some articles mentioned fibroids, some articles included infections, menstrual cramps was included in some of those issues, okay? So I want you to go ahead and look that up for yourself. Now, the next thing I'm going to pull out, this is a paper towel, okay? Regular old paper towel. I'm going to break it off in half, okay? This first half I am going to place on top of the store-bought pad, and I am just going to press. As you can see, I don't have to press much. My hand's wet, if you can see the glistening on my hands. But pressing there, and as you can see, this is wet. Like wet, okay? Like really wet, okay? Now here's the issue. Toxins that are meant to be expelled during this time of month are then being pulled back into our bodies. So this system is failing us. This is failing our women, okay? So this is what happens with this pad. Let me move that out the way. Ugh, my hand's wet. Okay, now let me get this other paper towel dry. I'm going to place it on top of the Cherish pad. And I'm going to press. And press. And press. Okay, you're like, she's not really hitting it. Fine. You hear that? I'm smacking it down against the table. Press, 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 press. I'm smacking it. Okay. And and I had to use this hand because this hand is still wet from the other one. Can you see this? This is a dry paper towel. Like, really. Still a dry paper towel. Same paper towel. I'm going to put it here on top of the store-bought pad. Press just a little. And look, it's wet. My hand's wet again. Okay. So it's dry. Okay. This Cherish pad just soaked all of that flow in and pulled it in, and it was just dry to the touch. Okay. So you can be wet and irritable, or you can be dry and comfortable. Okay. But let me take this demonstration a step further, and I'm going to dissect these pads. Okay, so I'm going to start with the store-bought pad. All right, so let me take this. I'm going to pull this apart. Okay. See what I'm doing here? Trying to make sure that I'm keeping this. All right, so pulling this top layer off. Now, this very top layer is touching our most sensitive area. It is, if you could tell, I'm stretching it. It's a stretchy material. It's made of rayon. And truthfully, it can be very, oh my gosh, irritating. If I'm rubbing this against my skin, it's irritating, okay? And that's just on my hand. Imagine having to use these, every month for days, okay? So that's the top layer of this. Now, here, this is supposed to be a layer. And if you notice, even before I poured the blue dye, it already has a blue dye in it, and it's supposed to help with odor. And truthfully, a lot of times it doesn't help with odor, okay? But this blue dye then ends up getting reabsorbed into the bloodstream. That's not good, okay? Now, move this layer over. This in here is what we would call the absorbency system for the store-bought pad. So I'm going to take this, okay? Now, it looks fluffy and nice, okay? What do you think it's made of? If you guessed cotton, you're wrong. This is simply recycled materials, shredded trash that has been bleached white so that it looks pure, okay? All of this stuff together, recycled materials, the bleach to make it white, creates a dangerous chemical called dioxin. Please Google dioxin. It's spelled D-I-O-X-I-N, and learn for yourself how harmful this chemical can be. Okay, so let me, oh Lord, I have 2 cups of water here. Okay, now I don't know if you can really see, but this cup has less water in it than this cup. Okay. So I am going to take the store-bought absorbency system. I'm going to place it in here and let it do its thing, okay? Now, this bottom layer of the store-bought pad is basically a plastic bag. You hear that? It's a plastic bag, basically. And so they put this recycled material along with the bleach, and you put it in this bag, basically, along with your body temperature. It it becomes a breeding ground for what? Bacteria. And this is what can lead to irritations and infection. Okay, so that's the store-bought pad. Now let me dissect the Cherish pad. Okay, now pull this apart. Get this top layer off of here. Okay. All right, now, sorry guys, messed up your camera. Okay, now what I want to show you first, this top layer right here is cotton. See this? I can tear it. You see those fibers as I'm tearing it? This is cotton. It's soft, it's breathable. This is what's up against your skin. Wonderful. Let me just tell you, it's so comfortable. It's the most luxurious pad. No, let me stop. But no, really, it's really comfortable. Now, this pink strip right here, this pink strip is 100% natural algae strip. It's infused with negative ions. Okay? Now, negative ions have been called the vitamins of the air. Negative ions can be found at the beach, near waterfalls, after thunderstorms. They cause people to become relaxed. There are several benefits of negative ions. They help to balance the pH. They help to balance hormones. They are anti-inflammatory, and they help kill bacteria, which reduces odor. Okay, so that's in all of the Cherish premium sanitary napkins. Okay, and then we have another layer of cotton here. Okay, now here is our absorbency system. Okay, it's made of safe polymers, and it helps to pull moisture away from the body and into the pad. Okay, it can hold 10 times what the store brand pad can. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the cup that had the most water. Okay, and let that do its thing. And now this bottom, oh, I'm getting stuck. All right, so this bottom layer of the Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkin, it's a paper material. It's breathable, it's lightweight, it doesn't hold in heat, so you then don't have that breeding ground for bacteria, okay? And so the breathable part of this makes it more comfortable, lets the air flow, okay? So that's the dissection of the Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkin. Now, let me go back and check on the cup that has the store-bought absorbency system. You can see here, look at that. You see all that water that's still in there? I put this in there, let it do its thing. You see that? Look at all that water that's still in there. And it had the least amount of water. And I've been talking for quite a few minutes since I put it in here. And it really has not absorbed anything else. It's just sitting in the water. Now, this one that I just put in there, look at that. Look at that. The polymer absorbs and expands and holds all that liquid, and nothing is coming out. There's no extra liquid, and it had more in it, okay? So you can see for yourself just how good the Cherish Premium Sanitary Napkin works compared to a store brand pad. Okay, and that's just as far as absorbency, but it's also more comfortable, it's safer, it has benefits to it, and that's why I'm sharing the Now We Know campaign, so that people know you don't have to use products with chemicals and toxins in it. That may not be good for your health. It could actually be detrimental to your health, okay? So all the things that I told you to look up, look those things up, okay? And I just wanted you to know, because I believe that knowledge is power, okay? And what you do with that knowledge can be even more powerful. You can respond by doing nothing. You can share this video with someone who can use it. You could think about getting more information about the Cherish Pad. Maybe you want to use it for yourself, or want to get pads for someone else to use, or you can become a part of the awareness campaign. Join this group of mission-driven people who are sharing the Now We Know campaign across the company, across the country, and soon around the world. Okay, so that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been doing. And the Now We Know campaign and mission-driven people is part of the Inspire Network. And I will put some information below this video in case you want to ask me more questions, get more information, possibly even get the pads for yourself or someone that you love, or join the movement. Thank you for listening. Bye.